Last time,
Mimi and Gallexsy traveled to the treehouse town of Westmin to meet up with their longtime friend Dave. On the way to Westmin, they encounter some kobolds. With only one kobold left, Gallexsy is bruised and Mimi is on the ground, bloodied. Dave happens upon them and is able to take out the last kobold and heal the girls. The group finds a necklace and returns it to Helm and Murray Buckman at the tavern, the Frowning Jester in Westmin. Gallexsy gives the singing performance of her life, and Helm and Murray show off their incredible dancing skills. Mimi buys some whiskey, and before they can enjoy themselves further, the gang is taken into a custody by Varis, the town sheriff, as he suspects the group is somehow involved with the recent rash of robberies.
Dungeons and Dragons and Daughters!
okay, last time that we left off, you girls and Dave made it to Westmin. And you got to the Frowning Jester.
Sam bought some whiskey.
Sam bought some whiskey. Yeah, you were really fixated on that. So did you write down whiskey in your inventory? Because you said that you were going to savor it and save it for later.
Where's inventory?
Does she have a container to save such thing?
Well, she bought a whole bottle.
Oh, okay.
Where's the inventory plate?
I think.
Where the picture is.
Yeah. So on like your second sheet.
Is it treasure?
Yeah, I would write a bottle of whiskey under treasure.
Oh.
Where's treasure? I don't even know the rules of it. and I know
Down at
it.
the bottom, the last box there. Yeah, just write a bottle of whiskey there. So as you girls and guys find stuff, you should be writing it into your character sheet so that you remember that you have it for next time. Because you never know when that stuff will come in handy.
Yeah.
Especially a bottle of whiskey. That always comes in handy.
Make a guy just pour it in their mouth on accident.
I better show off my sweet water bottle.
Nice.
And pour it in their mouth and they'll get drunk and just...
I have no idea what you just said.
So if she puts the bottle of whiskey in...
And you're sitting far away from the microphone.
She puts the bottle of whiskey in
In the jarro.
In
in one of them.
That's not the lyric, is it?
One of those not good guys.
Okay.
They'll get all drunk and they won't know where they
They'll get all drunked.
Yeah, so
I've been drunk a couple times.
So it would be easier for her to pass out.
Fantastic. I'm so glad that we're spending all this time in figuring out what she's going to do with that bottle of whiskey.
I'd like her to breathe fire with it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you could do 1d4 damage with that.
I'm not sure what skill that would be.
Well, that's 17th level Drunken Monk is what it is. I looked it up.
Well, that's good. That's good. That'll same me some time when I try to look it up later.
All
right. So in Westmin, at the Frowning Jester, you girls and guys met Helm Buckman and his daughter Mary Buckman, right? And you returned the necklace that you found that the kobolds had stolen from them. And this is also where you met Varis. Varis was the super tall elf, all dressed in black. He was the sheriff of Westmin. And he asked you to come with him to answer some questions. So he leads you down from the treehouse, the big treehouse that the Frowning Jester's in. Because do you girls remember that? It's like Westmin is a town where half of it sits up in these big, huge tree houses and these giant trees.
Yep.
So he leads you down from that, and he brings you to the sheriff's building, which is on the ground floor. Aaron, did you have a question?
Is this thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy. You manifest a minor wonder, a sign of supernatural power within range. You create one of the following magical effects within range. Your voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute. Nice. So picture like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings.
You shall not pass.
Right. Yeah. You cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color for 1 minute. You cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute. You create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range, such
1
as a
minute.
rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, or ominous whispers.
For 1 minute.
For 1 minute. You instantaneously cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut. So it's
For
like
1
Exorcist
minute.
style.
Yeah, so I should really.
You alter the appearance of your eyes for 1 minute.
Can
Everything
you do
is for
all of
1
these
minute.
at once? Or
You-
is it
you
a
pick one of them.
Oh darn!
You pick
'Cause
one of them.
Everything
I could
is for 1
totally have
minute.
my own psychic reading place, and if I could use all of them.
Totally.
Yeah.
But you know,
Why
it is.
is everything all 1 minute?
It's not all 1 minute. It's just some stuff lasts for an hour. Some stuff lasts like all day. Some stuff is permanent.
Maybe when I get level up, I can do 2 minutes.
Bell. That is a cantrip, so you can use it as many times as you want.
Oh, I like that.
So you could make the ground shake and then make your voice boom, and then
Sure.
So you could do all of that stuff in succession.
Perfect.
You just can't do them all at the same time.
I'm kind of sad that it's harmless. The ground shaking. You can't even make someone fall, trip, anything.
well, if you're trying to intimidate someone,
Yeah, that'll work.
that would come in.
Can't
Yeah.
even make anyone move.
I think.
Dead.
Turn undead. Yes.
Why would? What's the benefit?
So if as a cleric, if we're ever around undead creatures, you have a chance to
Blend in.
scare them away.
Oh, okay.
And so you literally turn them, and then they move away from us as quickly as they can.
Oh, you're turning them around.
Right.
I
and
thought
and
you
they
were
run away.
able to turn yourself undead and then
No.
blend in like.
Is that camouflage?
Okay, darn.
Like,
I never understood that in my entire life. Of
guys,
I've seen it multiple
they're just
times.
walking backwards. Like
Yeah, they just
They moonwalk away.
they moonwalk away.
this would be a zombie. Walking backwards.
All right, I'll try. I don't think I'll just wing it from now on. I won't ask anymore.
Okay.
'Cause there's a lot more here.
So, well, I guess I could bring up a couple of other housekeeping things. We made some adjustments with the recording settings. So we also got some feedback that the first episode was too quiet. So I think I've made adjustments in the recording process to boost the volume up on that.
Yeah, you used thaumaturgy
Yeah, totally did. Totally did.
only for a minute.
Yeah, and then we also got booster seats for the girls to sit in because we got some feedback that it was hard to see them in the video because their faces were being blocked by the microphones. All right, should we get started on the adventure now?
Yes.
Yes.
Adventure.
Yes, please.
Adventure time.
All right. So Varis, as I stated before, he led you away from the frowning jester before you guys could continue with your celebration revelry with Helm and Mary Buckman. And Varis brings you to the sheriff's office, and he brings you inside. And I said before that Varis he doesn't talk very much, so he goes inside, leaves the door open for you. I'm assuming you follow him in.
Why is he a sheriff? Right?
Wait, what? Because he uses so little words? Because he's a man of action, that's why.
Yeah.
He's like a spider.
Maybe he's really good at emoting with his eyes. Like,
He is.
Okay, let's get on. He can,
Okay.
He can even look
I'm sorry,
in
I
his
won't.
brain.
I won't pad the DM's storyline anymore.
He can also do this. Look back and go into his look in his brain.
Yeah, he can turn his eyes around and look inside his own head.
Like and say,
That's how you
"No, I don't want
reflect
to
on
do
your
this."
thoughts.
Yeah, that's
Like I don't want to do this.
that's how you know he's
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
I can do that with my eyes with my thaumaturgy.
You could.
I can't even make it halfway.
All right, so you go inside, and the sheriff's office is not very big. It's basically a big wooden room with some benches, and there's a desk off in the corner, which you assume is his desk. And there looks to be there's a teenager. You think it's a teenager because he's got lots of acne on his face, and he's sitting at the desk. And he had his feet up at the time on top of the desk, and he pulls his feet down really quick and starts shuffling some papers really fast, like he was in the middle of working. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, but he pulls his feet down real quick when he sees that Varis walks in. And towards the back of the sheriff's office, there's 4 cells, and most of them are empty with the iron doors open. But there is a figure that seems to be lying down in a huddle of cloth and material, and it seems to be just a big guy or person that's laying down in a cot there, and that door is closed and appears to be locked.
I'm asking. Why is he locked in there?
So Varis looks at the mass of material and cloth that's in there, and he looks back at you for disturbing the peace.
What? I couldn't hear
And-
you.
For disturbing the peace.
What?
for disturbing the peace.
What?
Citizens arrest, you're disturbing me.
So that's when
Peace.
the teenager that's at the desk, he speaks up. He said, disturbing the peace.
What does that mean?
It means that he caused too much ruckus.
What?
Oh man, both these voices are gonna get that a lot. He made a lot of people upset with how much noise he was making, and people didn't like the sound of his voice.
You have a really high voice, so I can hardly hear you.
I don't think that's really a nice thing to say to someone that you just met.
Sorry, but I'm just trying to say. I can't even understand what a tiny word is saying.
You can't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yes.
Oh man.
Do you have a dog?
I'm sorry, do I have a what?
A dog.
Do I have a? No, I don't have a dog.
Do you have a cat?
I have a gerbil.
What does he say?
His name is Steve. He doesn't say anything. It's Steve the gerbil.
Do you have any more pets?
No, just Steve.
Just Steve.
Just Steve.
That's a show.
So,
Is that your dad?
hey Varis. Varis,
Officer.
yeah.
You're not the officer.
Is he the
Oh, you mean
deputy?
Varis. Okay, Varis doesn't say anything. He just looks at you.
Varis, you can't arrest somebody just because he's making noise.
Sure, I can.
But it's unfair. He doesn't mean to make noise.
He just shrugs.
Like this.
What's your name, high-pitched teenager?
My name's Greg.
Greg and Steve.
What?
All right.
So, and Greg looks at Varis and says, "Varis, we've got some reports from the mayor. His kids are missing right now."
What?
Varis perks up. He's like, "I'll be back," and he turns around and walks out of the room, leaving
Can
you
I follow him?
with Greg.
Wait, what did you say?
Oh, I started mixing the two voices there. I'll be back.
that family just has a real.
He said he'll be back.
What?
Am I able to follow
Family
him?
doesn't have good
No,
voices.
Greg stands up. He's like, "No, you have to stay here until Varis gets back. He is
On what authority?
well, I'm his deputy.
Deputy Steve.
Deputy Greg.
Greg.
Steve's my gerbil.
Right. Where do you keep your gerbil, Greg?
But in a cage at home.
Okay.
Is the officer that?
So I need to step out for a minit.
Good.
But I'll just be right outside. But yeah, you guys gotta stay here until I get back.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is that was in here? Well, your dad.
What?
Yeah, that's how it feels. Your dad? Is that your dad?
No, Varis is not my dad. Okay, so I should clarify. Greg is a human teenager, and Varis is an elf.
Elf.
Oh, but are you family?
No,
Seems like
no, we're not blood related.
Come on.
Okay, go do your business.
Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. But remember, you gotta stay here. Otherwise,
Go
I'm
to
gonna be
the
in big trouble.
bathroom. How about going to the bathroom?
What I do out there is my own personal business.
How
Has he
about
left?
Yeah, he
How
walks
about
out the
you
door.
think?
Let's go
try
talk.
to make your voice deep. I can understand you. How about
I'm gonna go talk to that guy and that.
Good plan.
Yeah, good plan.
Okay, so you walk over to the bars, and the closer that you get, you realize that it is a big hulking figure that's on the cot inside this jail cell.
The cot is sagging.
Yeah, it's barely holding up the weight for this creature.
Mimi feels that if she talks normal, he won't hear her, so she backs up and screams, "Hello!"
Nice use of the microphone. None of us have been made deaf by that screaming.
Right.
Good
Well done.
job.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
That's the way to do it.
Hello!
All right, so you both go up there and start yelling at this thing. So the creature, he rouses himself and brings his gigantic feet off of the cot and plants them
glares.
firmly down onto the wood floor.
And glares.
And well, it's hard to tell if he's glaring or not because he's wrapped
He's all
up.
furry. He's all
He or she is wrapped up like
How about he lost an arm?
No.
Okay.
He's got all of his
Not
appendages.
yet. Not yet.
And I keep using the pronoun of he and him. So I'll say that
That's what he prefers.
that is what he prefers. But I'm just saying, normally when I'm describing this, I shouldn't give away any kind of information like that yet.
Sure.
So, but we'll just assume. So it's a male, and he stands up, and he is about, you estimate, about 7.5 feet tall. He is really big. How tall does it say on your character sheet? I think you're only like 5'1".
5'1".
5'1".
Okay, so you're both 5'1".
I'm 75 years old, but in elf way it's 14.
Man, I'm only 3 feet tall.
14.
Yep, you're
Can
only
I
3
fit
feet.
between the bars? Not
So-
that I want to. But
He could actually squish you.
So
he
if
probably could.
Dave stood on one of your shoulders, then you would be about the same height as this thing. Yeah, you'd be a little bit taller.
Wait.
we should have got a
come
coat
on.
before.
I'm
Coulda
older
done
should have got a big
than
trench
her.
coat.
I'm
Yeah.
only 200.
You're 200?
Only.
How old is Dave?
I'm exactly 200.
Dave. Dave's 25.
Dave is a healthy, rambunctious 25.
How old am I in elf years? 200.
I don't have that
No,
conversion.
the elf years are the same as human years.
They just live way longer.
Oh, do you mean like how old would you look to a human? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you would still be pretty young. You would look like you're still in your 20s.
I'm at 75, but in elf years I'm only 14. Will I die soon?
No, you'll still live. Well, maybe depending on how this plays out.
Yeah.
If you're really reckless, you might die soon.
Died.
She just died.
She did almost die last time.
Oh, yeah?
No, I did die, but he
No,
we still. You're dying.
No, you were dying. Good. Yep.
Dying.
Yep. Birdie was paying attention.
Yeah.
All right. So this creature stands up, and he's covered in lots of leather and furs, and he's got a hood up over his head, and his face and hands seem to be wrapped in cloth, almost kind of like a mummy, but it's a combination of fur and leather, and you do notice that there are some. His eyes are a very odd coppery color, and it's just really dark. It's really hard to make out what he is, but his face seems a little misshapen, and he's big. He's a very intimidating, imposing figure, and he looks at you and he goes, "What?"
What's your name?
Okay, and he says, "My name is Jed,
No, to be Bob.
but you can call me Jed because your kind has trouble speaking my name."
Jed.
Okay, Jed, why are you in here?
If you don't have to move that far back from the mic if you're not yelling. You can just talk in your normal voice now, since you got his attention.
Okay, Jed, okay, Jed, why are you in there?
I switched to a different voice there. I was put in here because I started telling the people of Westmin about the impending doom and apocalypse that is coming, and they didn't like the truth that was coming out of my mouth.
Well, for one thing, it's not.
Plus, I was drunk.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That was a mistake.
Well,
And I damaged a cart. I fell on it.
Well, you shouldn't have been too drunk, and you should have gave your right of still not going locked in here, even though you were kind of being annoying.
I was being super annoying. So they locked me in here to sleep it off. They said that they would let me out in the morning, and then I'll have some sort of a fine to pay, I guess.
May I interject something?
I'll pay for you.
Please do.
My character likes to quote or misquote sacred texts and proverbs in every situation.
Yes.
I've heard before that you should not should all over yourself, and I think that provokes others if you should on them.
You should not should. Should. Oh,
You
should.
shouldn't should on
Okay.
yourself or others. Saying what he should have done may make him angry, and he's of the size we don't want to have angry.
Well, he doesn't seem to get angry by this advice.
Okay. Future notes.
But your words does seem to help smooth things over a bit as well. He's like, "May I ask you a question?"
Me?
Yes. What is your name?
My name is Mimi, and this is my cousin Gallexsy, and this is our friend Dave.
Hey.
Dave, Gallexsy, and Mimi. 3 of you. 2 elves and a halfling. Interesting. Dave, where are you from? We've only ever established that Dave is from the Midlands of halfling country.
All right.
That's somewhere out west.
All right. So I'm from the West.
From halfling country, I take it.
Yes.
Past the hill dwarves.
Why not?
That is correct. Interesting. And I take it that you 2 elf maidens are from the Northern Kingdom, the Gold Petal Kingdom.
Yes. I believe you're right.
Aren't they royalty as well?
They are royalty, yes.
We're not worthy.
He says, interesting. So, if I were to do this, and he pulls the hood off of his head and he starts unwrapping his face, and it's a dragonborn.
Yes.
So it's a dragon. It's a person that looks kind of like a dragon, not like a kobold. Those kobolds they looked more dragon than person-like. This guy looks more person than dragon-like, but he's covered in scales, copper scales. And he's like, so when you see me, do I frighten you?
No. No.
Kind
Interesting.
Big
No.
guy.
No.
So, have the 3 of you come across any magical items as of late?
I have found a nice, probably expensive, necklace it was someone. What's her name again?
Miri.
Murray.
Miri. M-I-R-I.
Murray.
Sure.
Miri.
Yay.
Miri. And it was her stolen by.
Was that magical?
No, it was not magical. So, you girls have not come across any magical items recently. Dave, the only magical item that you are aware of is your mace. You have a magical mace.
But I haven't come by it. I own it.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I'm not going to reveal that.
Right. So, Jed, he says, the 3 of you should keep your eyes open for magical items. They will come in handy in the future.
Yeah, tell us of this impending doom. I'm very interested.
I'm afraid I've said all that I can.
Well, we need to get him drunk. Do you have that whiskey handy?
Let's not get him drunk.
Okay.
So we'll fast forward a little bit to keep things moving along. So Jed, he'll continue talking to you guys and he'll make small talk, but he doesn't divulge any more information. And if you do offer him whiskey, he'll gladly take it, but he still doesn't give you any more information. So Greg left, and it's been like 2 hours, and he hasn't come back yet.
Can we go through the desk?
Sure, if you want.
I mean, wait, what's my alignment?
Lawful good?
Oh, I guess I wouldn't do that.
Probably not.
We'll just see who goes first.
No, that's only in combat, so you can do whatever you want right now.
I am going to go to the front desk and examine the drawers.
All right, so you're gonna go through the drawers. All of you guys have been left alone with Jed for a couple of hours now. Greg and Varis have not come back into the sheriff's office.
I think they're dead.
You think they're dead?
I'm gonna.
Maybe that.
No, I'm
impending doom
examining.
happened while
I'm
we were-
examining the desk. So I got a 23.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, you got a 23 in your perception looking through the desk.
Oh.
Found something
rare.
You do come across some notes that Greg was writing down, and on the notes it shows that
with a teenage guy.
yeah, the teenager guy,
Greg with the gerbil.
Greg.
Gerbil Greg.
Steve the gerbil.
I know, but it's Gerbil Greg because he owns.
Gerbil Greg.
Yeah, he owns Steve.
Who's Dribble Greg? Oh yeah, I know.
So it was written down that Mayor Smith, because I'm really good at coming up with NPC names.
Maybe it's Smythe.
Smythe.
I'm sorry, I'll stop.
No, that's good. Mayor Smythe. His daughter and son are missing. And he wrote this down, and so that was the note that Greg had given Varis when you had first walked in, and that's what caused Varis to leave right away.
Okay. Then I want.
You also find the keys to the jail cell.
Good.
Then I unlock. Jed, and I tell him.
Wait, you were
Jed-
going to unlock the
You're
cell?
unlocking before you tell him something?
No. I'm telling him before I unlock you, you have to promise me this.
Do we know if these Dragonborn
Interrupting.
are honest people?
You've never seen one in the flesh before. You do know of them.
Okay.
So you don't know.
All right.
You just know they're big and scary looking.
Gotcha.
This is ready. If I unlock you, you have to promise me this. You will never get drunk again.
Yes.
And
I don't know if I can promise that.
please
Try.
keep out of sight of Officer
Varis.
Varis. And
You do know they're going to let me out in the morning.
well,
Oh, it's night? Okay.
here's
And that's when the front door opens up.
then I sneakily put the keys back, and then I'm ready.
Roll sleight of hand.
2.
Hey, what are you doing at my desk? I mean, Varys's desk.
We
Could I have tried to distract them with like a song and dance number?
well,
You could have, I guess.
I didn't.
I'll dance and you do something else.
well, I just thought you were such a great person that I thought you might have some wonderful things in there.
What were you doing with the keys? You were going to let this guy out, were you?
No, she was just looking at him.
We were admiring their craftsmanship.
Okay,
She was just looking at him.
Wait, I wouldn't be able to lie, would I?
She was just looking how cool those keys were.
I just wonder if I should get those keys.
I want you to
for
roll.
my house.
I want you to roll a charisma check,
Where's-
and I want you to roll it with advantage. So that means you roll it twice, and you pick the higher number.
I get +0
Okay.
and a
6.
9.
Now roll it again, and you pick the higher of the two numbers.
6.
See, okay, you got a 9. I really don't feel that comfortable just leaving you folks here unattended now.
No,
I'm really sorry to have to do this, but I'm gonna have to put you in one of the cells.
No, don't worry, don't worry.
How wide are these cell bars?
We're part royalty, and if you don't trust us, we will do something about it.
They're well, so Westmin is a town of a lot of mixed races, so the bars are together.
Halfling-proof?
They are halfling proof.
Okay,
yes.
fair enough.
It's like, I'm really sorry, but I'm gonna have to put you in here while we wait for Varys to get back.
I am part royalty, and if you don't trust us, I will do something very terrible to you.
Ooh, I want you to roll a
Intimidation.
roll intimidation.
I'll call my dad.
Both of you roll intimidation.
And will we others together?
Who's their dad if they're royalty? Do we know?
He's a duke.
Uh-huh.
I haven't given him a name yet.
Of Earl?
Yeah.
4.
And what did you get?
8. 4.
Okay, you girls, you're just getting all the bad dice rolls out of your system right now, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
Can I
No,
use
you-
my,
I got an 8.
You don't get to roll it again.
I use my halfling nimbleness and just walk,
I got a 10.
walk through him out the door?
You could dash right by him, but the girls can't do that.
I know.
So you'd be leaving them behind.
Well, I mean, I could come back and rescue them because I know where the keys are.
So Greg comes over and he grabs the keys out of your hand. He's like, I'm really sorry, miss, but you're going to have to step this way. And he leads you to the jail cell.
Do you seriously don't trust me?
Well, you were rooting through my desk and you had the jail keys in your hand, so
I'm calling my dad.
you already,
What about-
you
what
already
about
tried
if
that.
You just took the keys with you and left us out of the cell. Would that work?
No, wait.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Wait.
I want you to roll a charisma check.
All right.
Wait, look it. Let me call.
Into the mic.
Oh, come on. I don't have any cell service.
Too loud.
You get it?
That was loud.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You don't have any cell service.
Oh, it's just plain. I see. Charisma. Okay,
There's
I got-
plenty of cell service in this building.
I got,
Because there's cells.
Yeah.
Cell service?
Yeah, I got it. What'd you get?
19.
19? Oh, okay. So, yeah, Greg is actually, he looks a little relieved that you came up with this fantastic solution to the problem without.
I'm a charming halfling.
Yes, you are. So he gets to make sure that Jed doesn't get let out, and he doesn't have to lock these elven royalty up into a jail cell as well. He seemed really uncomfortable with that. He's like, okay, this works out pretty good. I probably shouldn't have left my keys in the desk to begin with, but that'll just be our little secret that I left them there and that one of you tried to take them. Okay?
Now we've got that on him.
Don't tell your boss.
No, yeah, you don't tell my boss.
You don't tell my cuz, okay?
Okay.
We're all
We
lawful
won't
good.
tell.
Is that right?
We won't tell
What's that?
your
Are we
boss
all
that.
lawful good?
I think so. I think you're all lawful
Then
good.
we won't tell your boss that we have
Yep, we're in agreement. No one's gonna tell my boss. This is
anything.
awesome.
If he tries to ask you a question of a mysterious one,
Yeah, if he asked anything, I didn't go somewhere and forget the keys. That's and you were all perfectly well behaved and didn't do anything.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
And you promised never to tell we did something.
All right, so let's move this along. That's
Yes.
perfect. So Greg takes his spot back at the desk, closes all the drawers that you left open, organizes the papers, and then he leans back and he starts nodding off because it's actually a couple more hours and Varis has not returned. And the three of you try and
He's dead.
you think he's dead. So the three of you try and make yourself as comfortable as you can on the benches and other chairs that are in the room.
He had said not to leave Varis. Is that right?
Yeah, Varis said that we had to stay here until
Got it.
until questioning.
It's good that I always bring a pillow in a drill.
Do you always bring a pillow? Do you have pillow written in on your character sheet?
No,
Okay, then you don't have it.
I can add it.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Wait, where? Where did I put it?
I don't know.
You're letting
Wait.
her just conjure a pillow?
Sure, why not?
Dad,
Where
Dad,
did I put it?
Dad.
Yeah.
I got Explorers pack, so could I explore?
Oh yeah, the Explorers pack just has some equipment in it.
Wait,
So Sammy, the Explorers pack that has a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, a water skin, and 50 feet of hempen rope. Just write it in, honey, wherever you want.
I'm
You would find
go-
what?
um,
Yes, Sammy.
what's the
See how
bedroll?
these are all blank?
The bedroll that's like a sleeping bag.
Put it
I'm
over there.
going to take.
That works. That's a weapon, though. You'd
I'm
like
going
keep
to
that
take
blank.
my
like
bedroll
the other
out, and I am going to make myself comfortable.
Oh, okay. So let's say that we spent enough time here to be considered a long rest. So everyone gets their spell slots back and gets their hit points back if they were missing
It's a
any.
good thing I always bring a pillow in my jacket.
That is a good thing. So it's almost morning, and Varis does finally come back.
Yay.
Gallexsy is super surprised because he's not dead. So he comes in and he walks over and he whispers something into Greg's ear.
You forgot to feed your gerbil.
Steve's dead.
You're such an idiot.
And so Varis, he looks over at the three of you and he says, "You're free to go." And then he goes over to the wall and he grabs a coat and some other equipment off of the wall. And he starts going through a closet and then he rushes out of the building.
Hey,
And he leaves you with Greg.
wait, did you steal my pillow?
Does he release the Dragonborn?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Did you steal my pillow?
But he said the three of you. No, he's already gone. No, he did not steal your pillow.
Oh,
You're still using it. It's right there. I can see it
Excuse
with
me.
my eyeballs.
Why are you guys rushing? When they are about to walk out the door,
One at a time.
when they finally are about to walk out the door, I yell, "Why are you rushing out?"
Well, Varis doesn't respond, and he runs out. And Greg says, "Well, Varis is having to organize a search party for."
You're lying.
I don't.
You're lying. I know when someone lies.
Do you want to roll an insight check?
can I at least say what I was gonna say?
What were you going to say? Hon?
Oh, the pillow stuck to my back.
8.
You got an 8?
Oh, you found it.
Okay. You think he's telling the truth. There's. Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay. So you think he's lying? Okay, that's fine. So because the mayor's kids are missing and they haven't been able to find him, so Varis is organizing a search party. So But
You're lying.
he also said that there was another break-in with more kobolds. And they actually found a dead body of a kobold, and it seems like the homeowner killed one of them.
You said you'd release this.
So you're free to go.
You said you'd release.
Well, it's not quite morning yet, but
Yes, it is.
it is.
It's 1 a.m.
It's I don't have my Casio watch on to confirm that, but
Just admit it.
so you really want me to let this guy go?
He did really nothing. He's just drunk.
Well,
He broke a cart.
yeah, he did break a cart that he's gonna have to pay for.
Yeah, just let him go. He'll pay later.
Oh, well, I really don't think you have the authority to tell me to do that. So I'll let him out in a couple of hours, maybe when Varis gets back.
Yesterday he took a while. So if you're saying he'll be very quick and everything, he's probably gonna take like 29 more hours.
Hey,
You might never even let him go.
Okay, all right. I'll tell you. I'll let him out, but you have to do something for us.
We will pay you for the cart that he broke.
Wait, why don't we find out what it is he'd like us to do?
Oh, first, what would you want us to do?
Well, Varis is pretty busy right now with the search party for the mayor's children, but
There's no search party.
there's totally a search party.
You better not.
You don't know what that
I'm,
means.
I'm not lying.
Steve, you don't know what that means.
Yes, I do.
So
You
but we
think it's a party.
we
It's
st-
not.
but we still have the break-ins because there was another robbery during the middle of the night while you girls were here. That's the reason why Varis said that you were free to go, because you obviously didn't rob anyone because you were here the entire time and not doing anything malicious or anything with the keys, because I had those with me the entire time.
Okay. I'm setting a timer, and when it goes off, if you don't set him go, you're gonna be in trouble.
So
I'll call my dad. Out of the cells.
Does she have a messenger pigeon?
I again, I haven't established what's the primary mode of communication in this world.
Okay.
I'm thinking ravens.
Yeah, raven.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds good. How about like a messenger squirrel?
Messenger squirrel.
Depends. Or a mole.
Gerbils.
It's very small messages.
They're tweets.
Yeah, exactly. Tweets.
I don't
Oh,
understand.
then it should be a robin or something.
Right, it really should be. It should be little Tweety birds.
Yeah.
One at a time.
Okay. So so Greg continues on. So what we need is, since I know that you girls had some experience with some kobolds already.
What?
Beg your pardon?
The three of you fought some kobolds yesterday, right?
What? Yes.
So Varis and
What?
So Varis and the other people in town are very busy with the search party for the mayor's kids, but we still need someone to investigate the kobolds that have been robbing us over the last couple of days.
Oh,
And so-
yes. I would like a hot dog.
So this isn't a drive-through. You can see me right here, and
No,
you can't order any food.
No,
from
I
me.
don't-
You were asking me if you would like a hot dog.
No, I did not use the word hot or dog anywhere in that sentence. So this is getting a little awkward. I'm gonna.
You just said they want us to figure out where they are and try to stop them or something.
Yeah. We've got some eyewitness reports that said that the kobolds went out. They went to the northwest, and we're wondering if maybe you could track them down, find out where they went, and come back and tell us.
Do you have any other information on these kobolds?
Well, no.
Perfect. Let's go.
What?
No.
Okay, the timer's set.
Okay.
Yes, I would not like a cheeseburger.
When you get back, Jed here will be released. How's that sound? Is that a deal?
Well, when the timer goes off, he shall be released.
Okay, I'm not really sure where you got that timer from, but it's set for
Is it an hourglass, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's an hourglass. It's like a sand timepiece sort of
Yes, yes, I like hot dogs.
thing. Moving on. So you guys got let out of the sheriff's office. And again, he directed you to the northwest. And there is a road that leads northwest. And that's where the witnesses of the kobold said that's the direction that they had went in.
And I'm too busy eating my beetroot stew.
Well, you can walk and eat at the same time.
You
So
can.
let's say that you do that. Because you want to hurry and make sure that Jed gets out.
We're on the way. We're on the way.
So you walk and walk and walk. And I want you to either roll a perception or a nature check, whichever one is the best for you.
I will do. I can do either because I got +4 on both of those.
Roll it up then.
So okay.
All of us?
Yeah, all of you.
So I think I'm gonna do. I got 11.
You got an 11? Okay.
+4 is 15.
Which dice?
The 20-sider. The biggest one. Yep.
11.
11. Do you add anything to it? Or did you add stuff to it already?
I didn't.
Okay.
I got 15.
What do you add to it for your perception check?
Right there. The +3, right?
Yeah.
So 11 plus 3, so 14. Okay.
11 plus 3, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shit, no.
Aaron, what did you get? What did Dave get?
4.
You 4. Okay.
15.
You got a 15. Okay. So Mimi takes the lead. And you've been walking for a while, and the sun is starting to come up over the horizon. And Mimi looks down, and you can see cobalt tracks in the dirt road.
Cobalt tracks.
So you know that they went this way. And in fact, you even spot a couple pieces of gold that got dropped on the side.
I pick them up. Me. I'm closest to the
You
ground.
don't see them though.
Oh,
Mimi's the one that notices them.
And I pick them all up, and I kind of wipe off the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to bite it. Make sure it's real.
And one tooth comes out.
I will be doing a perception check
Yeah, you already did one.
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. So what are you trying to? Yeah, you spotted them.
I'm trying to remember what if I've seen like a picture of this or something like this before.
Oh.
I'm thinking.
It's a common currency.
It is. Yeah, it is a common gold piece currency
And I don't remember anything.
that probably comes from.
But then,
Probably came from Westmin.
but then I noticed it, and I found a really weird piece, and I
No,
ripped
you-
it off, and
Wait.
and I found
I
it.
think that you're not the dungeon master.
Yeah,
I
and,
know.
And Mimi was the only one that made a high enough perception check, to see the gold pieces. So she's the only one that can see them.
And so I pick all of them up and put, and then I pull out from my explorer's pack a backpack, and I put them in there and carry my backpack.
Okay, you put the gold pieces in your bag. Okay, we keep moving on. Now, as you move on, the sun starts to come up, and you start walking by a little pond or a lake, and you see that there's a man who's out fishing in this boat, and he's a chubby guy. From where you're at, he's got a beard. He's a human. He doesn't.
Like this?
Yes, that's the look that he's making on his face right now. And he's
Yes,
fishing.
He didn't catch any fish with
and,
that look.
and he doesn't notice you. But he's out in the middle of the lake, and he's just fishing, minding his own business. And so you start walking by the lake. All three of you roll another perception check.
Perception only this time.
Perception only. Yep. What did you get?
17.
17. Okay.
1 plus 3 equals 4.
You got a 1.
Yeah.
You got
That
a
one.
Okay.
Yeah, 13.
Are
You got 8?
Are you
Okay.
keeping a log of those here?
Only if they're really consequential.
No, I
like
got
rolling a critical
16.
failure on a perception check is not going to be
Right.
that big of a
I
deal
got
for
a
this.
16.
No, you got a 1. You can't re-roll it.
No.
All right. So the three of you keep walking past the pond.
Wait,
But
did I
Dave,
not-
Dave, you
Okay.
look back, and that's when you see that the man that's in the boat is now fighting with a fish monster person.
Like this.
Person?
Yeah, well, it's like a humanoid fish monster.
Like this.
So
Merman.
This is what he's doing.
merman.
This is what he's doing.
You don't notice this.
Yeah, you don't
No,
notice.
Galaxy.
No,
You,
but
you
that's
don't-
what he's doing.
So we're almost past the pond, but that's when you look back, and that's when you see this portly fellow, and he's got an oar in his hand, and somehow like his worm bucket ended up on his head.
Am I within? If I use my thermatology,
He's too far away.
darn it!
He's too far away.
All right. Can I
And
shut a door in his face? No, I'm kidding.
so he's got an oar out, and he's fighting with the so this creature is like, it's got a big, huge fish head with like sharp teeth, but it's got arms and it's got legs. and
Yeah, I
it's got claws
picture
and
that
legs.
shark thing from Scooby Doo with Sonny
Yeah,
and Cher.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
I remember that.
And so
Hey, you guys, there's a big fish guy wrestling with that chubby fisherman.
And so then I look closer and I'm like,
So you turn around and you look back just in time to see this guy. He trips backwards into the boat, and he accidentally kicks up the oar, and the oar slams into the jaw of the fish monster and knocks it out cold.
So it's floating.
Yes,
Is this a river or a lake?
it's a lake.
Okay.
and so then I look closer at the fisherman, and I know
And he wipes his brow. He's clearly relieved to have that over with.
we made
And
hand.
he wipes his hand across his big belly, and then he sits back down and he starts fishing again.
Wait, no, wait. Then I look in the water, and I'm trying to see if there's anything else coming its way.
Nope, that's it.
Do you think we should go and see if he needs assistance and maybe even capture this fish monster? See if it can speak? Ask it some questions.
That's when he seems to notice you guys now,
Uh-huh.
and he looks up and he waves at you. He's like, "Hello."
I use my mage hand to do this.
Okay. Is Mage Hand is that a cantrip or is that a regular spell?
Cantrip.
Okay, so you can use it as many times as you want. Okay.
How far is he away from us?
Oh, he's like
Like,
100 feet out into the
I would
lake.
say
And so
Yeah.
then,
No, it's 100 feet.
then this is what I'm doing. 95.
Hello!
And he waves and he yells back, "Hello!" And he goes back to his fishing.
Ahoy
just
there!
did
Do you
this.
need any assistance?
No, I think I'm good. I'm pretty good out here.
What's your name?
My name's Guy. What's your name?
My name is Mimi.
Hi, Mimi. Nice to meet you.
I'm Gallexsy, and
Huh?
I just waved my hand,
Hi.
and also the mage hand.
Hi, Galaxy.
I'm Dave.
Hi, Dave. I'm Guy. Nice to meet you.
Hey, may I ask you a quick question? What the heck was that
Not really sure.
man thing? Do you see much of those?
Nope, never seen it before in my life.
Weird.
I know. So I'm gonna.
Like, keep it, right?
Yeah.
Are you by chance related to Greg?
Oh, from West. No,
Okay.
but I know Greg.
all right.
I'm from Westmin.
Oh, fair enough.
Are you friends from him? With him?
I wouldn't say friends, but I know him.
Okay.
Let's go collect that fish monster. I want to see what this is all about. We have hemp and rope. We could tie him up.
So I will say that this is an event that's going to be inconsequential to the adventure.
All right, let's move on. Forget it. Forget
So,
fish
but
monster.
this is a little bit of a foreshadowing of introducing this character that will come back at a later point in time.
What, the fisherman or the... I can't ask.
Red
Never mind.
balloon,
Well, the
red
fisherman.
balloon.
Okay.
Yeah. So Guy will come back at
Fish
some
guy.
point in time.
Fish guy.
Fish guy.
I'm trying to remember the name. All right,
Okay. So moving on.
moving on.
So you move down the road, and the three of you do come across a man driving a wagon. It's still very early in the morning, and the back of the wagon is filled with burlap sacks and other stuff that's jangling and jingling around. There's lots of metal that's clanging against each other, and he's got a donkey that's attached to the wagon, and he's just driving along at a slow, steady pace. And just walking, you quickly overcome him. So he's driving it super duper slow.
Can I do a perception check on what's in the back besides sacks if it's jingling?
Sure, I want everyone to do a perception check.
All right. Roll those dice.
Girls, you too.
21.
21? Nice. Girls, perception check for you too.
6.
6? Okay.
18 plus 21.
You got 21 also?
Okay.
Hey, high five for 21s. Woo!
Nice. So the two of you, Mimi, you don't notice anything amiss. But the two of you, you do notice that it does appear that it's filled with a lot of household random things. a lot of the things that the kobolds had the first time that you encountered them. You also notice that this guy that's driving, you've seen him before. You remember seeing this guy in town. He's from Westmin. And that strikes you as odd, especially since with how slow that he's going, he would have had to have been out here in the dark to make it this far driving this wagon and this donkey.
That is weird. That, you know what that sounds like? My keen perception skills of 21 tell me that he was out robbing all the houses he could and made his escape in the dark of night. What do you think?
This is what I do. I do my explorer's pack and take out my 50-foot rope.
Okay.
And I start swinging, and I try to maybe a scrap. Like,
Are you going to try and lasso him?
Lasso him.
not lasso him, but
Hog tie.
like lasso his like vehicle.
Wait,
You're going to lasso his vehicle?
I'm hitting his.
are there any large sticks around that are at least like wooden dowel size?
But I'm lassoing.
There are.
May I grab one of those and stick it in the spokes of his wagon to prevent him from moving further?
Sure.
I start lasso.
So
Did someone else cut the burrow free?
So just to paint the scene, so you come across this wagon. He hasn't noticed you yet.
Right.
So, but you do notice he's got a bunch of stuff in the back of his cart that looks like that he stole from Westmin. So you're kind of doing like a surprise attack on this. Okay.
Does one of you
lassoing
have a
him.
blade of some sort?
I don't think so.
You have a scimitar.
Yes,
Yeah, I have
that's
a
curved
scimitar.
sword. Can you cut free the donkey and
Sure.
give it a little slap on the rump?
Slap.
Okay. So I want you to roll, both of you to roll a attack then.
Okay, me?
Yep.
No, but I'm lassoing him.
Oh, so
Oh, you're going to lasso with one hand and sword.
what are you going to
with the
lasso? Are you going to lasso the donkey?
Not the
other?
donkey.
The guy.
Yeah.
Or are you going to lasso the guy? Okay.
Attack.
Wait,
What kind of attack? Just a
I'll,
plain attack?
Daddy,
Yes.
I'll roll the 20-sided to see if I lasso him.
Yeah, I'm not sure what skill to use for that. I feel like lasso would be a sleight of hand, so
12.
roll that.
I feel like maybe
0 plus.
acrobatics.
I got 12.
Well,
Yeah,
16.
sleight of hand.
so well, Galaxy
16.
16. Okay, so Galaxy, what were you going to be doing? That 12 was going to apply to.
Mage hand.
You're going to do mage hand.
Choke about.
Remember, you can the mage hand can only exert like 10 pounds worth of force.
Yeah, I know. It's not
Maybe.
gonna be But Daddy, do I lasso It's not gonna lift. It's not
He's
gonna
just
lift.
going to
It's
grab
just
his
gonna
collar.
You're just going to grab his collar. Okay.
I don't know.
But Daddy, do I
that
lasso him?
Okay, so and so you were going to stick a stick in the wheel spokes to try and
I
stop
only
it.
rolled a 10. I don't know if I get any modifier.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Okay.
So and you do it.
Okay.
So you stick the stick in the wheels, and Galaxy casts Mage Hand to help steady him. And while he's being held by Mage Hand, then you successfully lasso him,
Nice.
and the rope goes around his
Okay.
arms.
I immediately used thermatage to shake the ground while saying, "Were you robbing the town of
Westman.
Westmin?"
So the cart stops, and he looks up startled, and he looks at the three of you.
Lasso holding the lasso.
What?
You stole.
I don't have a voice
You
for this guy, so I'm just going to use my regular voice.
Fine.
Okay.
You imbecile.
What? Imbecile?
No idea what that means.
1, 2, 3. Huh. Interesting.
Can I use
Imbeciles
intimidation and ask again?
No, this was him that was saying this. He goes 1, 2, 3, and he
Right.
says to himself, "Interesting." Yeah, you could try and do intimidation if you like.
Okay, I'm going to intimidate and ask the same question.
Did he rob Westman?
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you roll for?
I don't know yet. I rolled 18.
18. Okay.
Did you rob us?
So it's a pretty good intimidation. He's like, me personally, no, I did not.
Aha, he's a middleman.
And
The
then I go in.
transporter.
Then I go in his truck and start looking through his.
He's like he tries to hold up a hand, but it's just like his wrist that comes up because his arms are tied to his body right now.
this.
He's like, it feels like I'm wearing a really tight turtleneck right now. That's what he says. Ugh. Miss, could you stop doing that? I've got some questions for you.
Answer our
We have
question.
questions for you.
I just answered one of your questions.
did.
Could you answer one of mine?
Yeah, go for it.
What? Then let go.
So, are any of you afraid of dragons?
Nope.
No, not really. I'm a little bit, maybe.
Everybody roll an insight check.
Okay.
Oh, I got
19.
+4 to that.
Ooh.
I got 15.
Okay.
4 plus 3.
Okay, so you don't make the connection, but Mimi and Dave. This question seems oddly similar to the questions that Jed was asking you earlier.
Right.
And we took his.
And you remember that Jed was
Dragonborn.
he was a dragonborn. Asked a similar question, like if you were afraid of him. And Jed was also spouting out. He got arrested for disturbing the peace because he was spouting out news about a coming end of the world type of scenario.
Wait,
Right.
I kind of feel like you're someone we know. Jen.
Well, how about you ask a question, then I'll ask a question. And can we do this while can you like untie me? Or do we have to do this while you have me lassoed?
I don't
Do
feel
you have any
comfortable.
weapons?
It doesn't look like he has any weapons on him.
Pat him down.
I don't feel comfortable.
He's like, whoa. Hey.
Oh, tying up is okay. Patting down, no.
It was just like, hey, we haven't even been formally introduced. You're getting a little personal there.
All right.
Bubble. Bubble.
Yeah, like a bubble.
I don't feel comfortable unless I'm untying the rope.
Okay.
But can you at least answer my question?
Sure.
Why were you in Westmin?
Well, I live in Westmin. I work in Westmin.
But why
your
were you leaving?
This is a very good question. My profession is I transport goods from Westmin with my cart and my donkey here. I'm a transporter. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, that
trust-
sounds convincing.
I don't trust you.
Well, how do you get the goods you transport?
So I think it's my turn to ask a question.
I suppose you're right.
And he asks, have you ever seen anything like this before? And you blink, and there's something that's in his hands. You're not sure how it got there, but it looks like a big tooth, like a dragon's tooth,
Yikes.
that's been carved, and has been smoothed, but there seems to be inscriptions on it. So, Gallexsy, you realize that this dragon's tooth is something, is a magical rod. So someone had taken a dragon's tooth and turned it into a magical item. And in fact, you remember reading about a very specific magical item that matched this description. And you think that
Dungeon Master?
Yes.
I remember that guy locked up said if you find any magical things, keep it.
Yep, that's a good thing to keep in mind.
Good
Yep.
job.
So getting back to Gallexsy. So sorry, 1 second. So Gallexsy, you do remember reading about a magical item, a famous historical magical item in one of your magic textbooks while you were studying to become a wizard?
Tomes.
A magic tome, sure. That sounds more convincing than textbook, right?
I like textbooks.
And so this, when you were in training to become a wizard, you do remember reading about the yes. This is the Rod of Dragon Fear. And after you remember this, and so this rod suddenly appeared in this man's hand. And the question they asked is, have you ever seen anything like this? And so you just made that check. And it's like, you haven't seen this in person, but you do remember seeing a drawn picture of this, and it's the Rod of Dragon Fear. That's what you remember about it.
So dragons get scared of it?
You remember that whoever holds this can cast fear like they were a dragon, and most people in the world will run away from it screaming in terror.
You know that too. Would you like if I could have it, would you want some gold pieces or something?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is not for sale. So that's another question. I've answered yours. So I have a question to ask.
We got to use our questions wisely.
So do you feel anything when I do this and the rod glows for a second and all of you feel a tingling sensation inside your brain, inside your noggin? But then it goes away very quickly.
I knew it.
Brain freeze.
Brain freeze. And he gets a quizzical look on his face after that happens. He goes, "Interesting. Most people would run away in terror when I use the rod of dragon fear. It's interesting that it had absolutely no effect on the three of you."
I felt a little something.
So I'm not going to answer any more questions. So now we have to...
I impart royalty.
Okay, we're going to roll for initiative now because he
we're gonna
is...
fight him?
He's done with the questions.
Wait, he's tied up still, yeah?
Yeah. He's done. Okay, who got what?
I got 15.
I got 16.
10.
16.
So he looks like he's about ready to make a move, but you get the jump on him. What are you going to do?
Jump him.
I really enjoyed Magic Missile.
Cast magic missile, babe. Do it up.
3. Boom. Right at him. Okay.
That's true. That you don't.
It just hits.
It just hits.
Right
You
at
don't have to
him.
do anything.
Either way, he's probably going to die.
All right. So roll. All right. Remember, you got to roll the. No, you don't have to roll for it. It just automatically hits.
You got to hit the damage. You
So,
have to roll.
but you have to roll the damage. You have to roll your D4 plus 1 and roll that 3 times.
D4. Yeah.
Yep. Looks like a pyramid.
3.
Plus 1 is 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now do that 2 more times.
3, 4.
2.
3,
Yeah.
Okay.
2. I did 3 times.
That was 3 times. Okay. So then you did 9 points of damage altogether.
It was 3 times.
Nice.
So I killed him?
You did. No, you did not.
Almost?
Kill him. No.
Tiny bit? So is he powerful?
So you let out 3 glowing darts of light of your magic missile, and they slam into him, and they knock him off of the wagon. And that's when the donkey whinnies and actually takes away running. In fact, with how slow that they were going before, you're shocked that this donkey could run as fast as it does. But it takes off running with the wagon.
Maybe that wagon was real heavy.
Maybe. Okay, so next is Dave.
Dave. So this is a magical mace?
Yes.
It just says
Do you have any
mace.
spells?
It is a +2 magic mace. It's a very, very powerful mace.
All right, let's mace him.
Oh, my eyes!
So, okay. I have to roll to see if I hit him first? Yeah?
Yep. Roll.
I didn't know
Let me know what
that.
you get. Let's say the attack bonus.
I got 20.
You got 20? Okay. But not a nat 20.
No,
Okay.
14 plus 6.
Okay, you hit him.
Sweet. 3.
3?
Nat 1. Yeah.
Oh.
Plus 2.
Okay. Way to go, Dave.
Yeah, I hit him in the toe.
And he's like,
Well, it is the
Oh
closest
my
body part to you, I
God.
imagine.
I
Right?
suppose, yeah.
Or maybe you just like hit him in the
Ankle.
shin.
Yeah.
Just ow,
Achilles.
ow. That hurts to get hit in
no,
the shin.
he's like, ow, my door.
All right, Mimi, it's your turn now.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to use my quarterstaff and cast that.
The shelag spell. Okay.
And then I'm going to roll.
Okay, so that should be a D8 plus 1 for your damage.
I got 18.
That hits.
And then I'm going to roll for damage. I know which one I have to roll.
That's
Wait,
yep.
where is it? Here a minute.
There you go. D8. Yep.
1.
Oh, so you do 2 damage.
She got 5. No, I didn't.
Okay.
I know.
All right, so so you hit him in the other toe. That's what happens.
my door.
Still tied up.
He's still tied up.
Okay.
Yep.
So he can't move his hands.
No, he can't move his hands.
We're hoping
but
he can't, but he can kick.
it's
like
it's his turn now, and he actually uses the dragon tooth and brings it up and cuts the rope, and then he disappears.
No.
All right. Galaxy, it's your turn.
Firebolt.
You can do a firebolt?
Into what?
Okay.
Cantrips.
Oh, it's
Okay, I'm gonna let you. Yeah, you can cast it, but I'm gonna. You're gonna have to do it with disadvantage. So that means that you roll the 20-sider twice, and you choose. You have to pick the lowest number out of the two
Why?
because you can't see him. He's invisible
Disadvantage,
now.
Yeah.
3.
3.
3.
You get 2 3s.
No. She got a 15, and then she got 3, and then
No,
a 15.
she rolled 2 3s. I
2
saw
3s. Wow.
No,
Okay.
she didn't roll 2 3s.
She did. You weren't even looking.
So Galaxy.
No.
So you shoot out a firebolt, and it shoots out into the air, and doesn't hit anything.
I just want to see where he was.
Okay, Dave, your turn.
My turn. So I might get creative, if I can.
Sure.
So I have common clothes. Am I wearing those?
Yes, you are wearing your common
Darn.
clothes.
Okay. I don't have anything that's ashen in my priest pack, do I?
Yeah, we just looked at the priest pack.
I
Let's
know.
go back to
I
it.
just can't remember everything. Trying to figure out like a tar and feathers situation with water and ash or something.
I suppose you have.
I have incense, but I
You have incense.
first before I get ash.
That's true.
So I guess I'm not going to be able to do what I want. Unless I just use dirt. Is
Sure.
there dirt around?
Yeah, you're
All right,
you're on a
so
dirt road.
I am using my water skin to douse around the area and hopefully hit him with water.
Okay.
And then throwing dirt to see if I can reveal his location and then attack if I have enough moves to do that.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Is there a skill roll that we could roll for this?
I don't know. You're the DM.
Roll your roll survival.
All right. Survival. Where's my 20? Okay. Survival. I've got 12.
You got a 12?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So you throw the dirt up and the water, basically just trying to sprinkle it around everywhere to see if you can try and get something. And you don't notice really any difference.
Fair enough. Am I still able to attack, or is that not?
No, that would be your action.
Darn it. Okay. Well, I tried,
Well,
guys.
yeah, I'll say that's your action. See if it was just because you did the dirt and the water.
Yeah.
If you just would have done like the dirt, like trying to kick up dirt, then I would have let you attack.
right.
So now knowing that, you can revise if you want.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I would have still done it that way because I don't think the dirt would have done what I wanted. I wanted to stick to him if he moves.
Okay, Mimi, your turn.
I need your opinion about what I should do.
Okay.
Should I do some dancing light and the glow will show where he is?
No, the glowing won't because he's invisible. So,
Oh.
so were you thinking like it might cast a shadow behind him or something like that? Yeah, that won't. Yeah, that won't work.
Oh, so then I'm gonna go to my plan A.
Plan B.
Okay, whatever.
She was counting backward.
Oh,
she was
right.
counting down.
Okay.
No, it was originally my first.
It was Plan 1. This is Plan A.
Okay, so I'm gonna climb on the trees, and
You're gonna run. You're gonna climb a tree.
yeah,
Okay.
well, the highest tree near me, and then I'm going to see where his wagon is,
Oh, okay.
and then I'm going to know where to go.
Okay. All right. Sure. There is a climb. I think there's a climb skill. No, athletics. Roll athletics.
I got 1+.
Okay.
Either way. 16.
Total? Okay, you got a 16. Okay, so you run over and you climb a tree real quick, lickety-split, and you look out and you can see a cloud of dust from down the road from the wagon and the donkey. And they have made some surprising progress. It's like you still can't believe how fast that donkey is going.
Wait a minute. The wagon went with the donkey because we cut it free, I thought.
No, that didn't
she
happen.
tied it up.
Yeah.
She tied the guy up. I
Yep.
forgot. Darn. My story was so much better.
So it keeps. So you could see the path that the cart is going in very, very clearly because it's leaving a big dust trail behind it.
I am Iron Man.
Okay.
And
So
then what I'm going to do, I'm going to hop on the trees to get closer.
you're gonna chase after the wagon. All right.
She's abandoning our battle.
Galaxy, it's your turn now. Is there anything else that you would like to do, or are you thinking that you would just go after the wagon?
Which one's more important?
Get closer to the mic.
Which one's more important?
That's up to you. You get to decide.
go after the wagon.
You want stuff or do you want to beat guys
I'm
up?
just gonna use my mage hand. Just like
You love Mage Hand, don't you?
yeah, I love it. I'm just gonna go over there and make my mage hand go.
Oh, that's a good idea. You can like move the Mage Hand around in the air to see if you can try and locate the guy.
Yeah, and then if I find it, I could go down it and hold.
Grab that dragon
down.
tooth out of his hand.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh yeah, I'll do it.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so I want you to roll. Ooh, that's good. I'm gonna give you some inspiration on this idea. So what inspiration means is that it's a point of inspiration that you can use to give yourself advantage on any roll. You can also give it to, or she can use it. She can use it right away.
Sure.
Or you could choose to give it to someone else in the group and give them advantage on their roll as well. So I'm guessing because you have this inspiration, you want this roll to be as good as possible. So I'm guessing that you're probably going to want to use it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. All right.
We'll erase that one.
Yep. Roll a d20.
But now I know where it is.
And pick and tell me what's the highest of the two numbers.
7.
7. Okay.
17.
17. All right. So you get a 17. All right, so
Wait.
you move. So you cast Mage Hand and you start waving it around, and you do hit the guy with your Mage Hand, and
Backhand.
and then suddenly, the rod of dragon fear does appear on the ground, and you hear the guy curse under his breath. All right, Dave, your turn.
I'm going to use my halfling ability of nimbleness to run through him and grab that darn thing.
Okay, you grab it, you scoop it up off of the ground.
Okay, I'm going to use it on him immediately. What? Can't I do that?
Sure.
Wouldn't it make him kind of poo himself and run away? I mean, maybe we don't want him to do that. Maybe we want
Yeah, I might go everywhere.
So you run up, you grab it, and you try and you successfully activate it.
Okay.
And you feel the magic come out of it, and you hear this guy scream out, "Ah!" And you hear loud footsteps running away from
he still
you.
didn't become visible again?
No, he just ran away.
Well, that was maybe
this
a
is
poor
what-
plan.
So now he's invisible forever. This is what
I don't know.
This is what I'm yelling at Dave. Now we can't catch him.
Well, I may have been hasty.
So up in the trees, you do notice some branches and some plants being moved by this guy moving away. And you also notice that from the water and dirt that Dave had cast around before, that there's some footsteps that are leading out from it. And you can tell that there's some footsteps and there's some movement of the trees and branches and other plants, that he's actually moving in roughly the same direction that the donkey and cart went in.
So, wait, does Dave have that, like, magical piece now?
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
That's why he's running away. I used it on him.
I knew that,
The
but I
tooth?
didn't know if you
The
still
tooth?
had it.
Yeah, dragon tooth.
Yeah, the dragon tooth.
I am
The rod
going
of dragon
to be
fear.
yelling down, "Hey, I know where the directions are!"
You get down. You tell them that it looks like that this guy is running in the same direction as the cart. And I'm guessing that you're probably all going to want to pursue.
And then I look for footprints.
Yeah, and you see the footprints just like you saw them
Do you know how
before.
far away he's gotten so far?
It's hard to tell.
We can't- I mean, I'm a halfling, so I probably couldn't overtake him.
So I would make everyone roll a nature skill to see if you can keep tracking this guy.
Sure. Nat 20.
You got a natural 20?
Yeah. Plus nature.
Natural 12.
Oh, I got 19 with.
Oh, is it a
Negative
but it's a 20.
But it is a 20.
It's a natural
Yeah.
20.
Plus.
So you know what shoe size this guy has.
Perfect.
And you know exactly what direction that he's going
Can I
in.
tell you what I want to do? What
Sure.
I wanted to do?
Sure.
I wanted to try to pair up with these guys to triangulate his position, use our rope, and make a tripwire with, like, holding it.
He's too far away from
That
you.
was what I was
Yeah, because
asking.
he ran
Yep,
away
yep,
at the
yep.
fastest possible
All right.
speed that he
but
could
if I
run.
can triangulate his location, okay.
So, but based off of that success, I could say that you can track him now while he's invisible.
Well, then I just cup my hands around my mouth thusly, and I say, "Stop running!" with my thermaturgy.
Wow.
And I also rumble the ground because that's my favorite.
Okay. So you make the ground shake.
I can like.
Okay.
Make the ground
I
shake.
cannot
and
even hear
yell.
myself in the mic.
Yeah, I know, honey. That's why we ordered you some new headphones because those aren't working very well. I'm sorry.
These are $7. They're really good.
We ordered her some new ones.
All right.
So they're on their way. So, well, you track. So he doesn't come back. You're not able to find him anymore. This guy. Did we ever? No, we never caught his name, did we?
No.
Okay. So he's running away, full of fear, full of dragon fear, based off of the rod of dragon fear. And you track him down the road a ways, and then you do notice, because you got a natural 20, that you're able to track him. He went into the woods. Bunch of broken branches and plants, and you track him through the trees. And after tracking him pretty well for about a mile, you do come to a cave. And the donkey is sitting outside of the entrance of the cave. The donkey in the cart made its way back here.
Can we
And-
just take the cart?
And there's lots of tracks that are leading into the cave. You can see that there's draconic tracks that lead in, and you can also tell, Dave, there are goblin tracks that are leading into this cave as well.
I hate goblins.
I know. Hey guys, this is Kurt, the Dungeon Master. My apologies if I sound a little odd. It's a little late night editing and recording as I'm finishing up the work on episode 2. Just wanted to add a quick note to the end of this, that this episode ran a little long, so thanks for sticking with this one. My goal is to try and keep these episodes under an hour each time, but sometimes I'm not successful and it doesn't work out that way. But I think there's some good stuff in here, and I hope you enjoy it. But I will do my best to keep it shorter moving forward. So a couple things real quick before we go. We're still working on some kinks out in the audio and video recording process. So appreciate your patience as we get that worked out. The quality should be better now for the audio, but the girls are still getting the mic etiquette down. I was also able to lower the audio file size, so for folks downloading it, it shouldn't be taking up as much bandwidth. We're going to try and get on a schedule of every 2 weeks for a new episode. We've been going pretty hard the last couple of weeks. We did episode 0, and then immediately the next week we did episode 1, and then immediately the next week now we've got episode 2. And just unfortunately, this just isn't a pace that I can sustain for very long, at least not while keeping my job at the same time. So trying to get this down to a rhythm of every 2 weeks for a new episode. But I hope you've been enjoying what we've had so far. So more importantly, what I wanted to get to is I wanted to say thanks to everyone for their support of this podcast so far. This is something that I've been enjoying quite a bit doing, and I know it's something that the girls have really been enjoying and being a part of as well. So very pleased to hear all the positive reactions and the encouragement that we've been getting from folks so far. Also specifically want to throw out a thank you to my friend John Murphy, who composed the music on this show and kept me from having to deal with intellectual property on music or from having to write my own. So thank you very much for that, John. Also, a big shout out to Matt Lane and Aaron Allen that have guest starred so far, being Dave. It's been a lot of fun having them on for the adventures, and look forward to having them back in the future, and having other people guest star as Dave, our favorite halfling cleric. And last but certainly not least, I have to do a super big shout out to Jed Kiwi, an old friend of mine, who's got an awesome podcast of his own called simply The Dads. Check them out on iTunes or at thedadspodcast.wordpress.com. Judd is a new dad, and his podcast is all about what it means now to be a dad. It's a funny and honest and just a fantastic podcast, and I had the pleasure of guest starring on his show a couple of times now. I hope to have Judd on here as a guest sometime soon as well. Judd gave me some advice and guidance on putting this Dungeons and Dragons and Daughters podcast together, and really helped inspire me to start this thing in the first place. So thank you very much, Judd. And everybody, check out the Dad's podcast when you can. Later.